There's an outlook from the Mid-Atlantic weather, and yes, I've been pretty neglectful this week. Ironically, I think the rain track ended up being very similar to what I had originally forecast, but it got there in a very bizarre way. Needless to say, the rain today will be concentrated really down here in southeastern Virginia. Really anything from, looks like this area eastward's going to get 1 to 3 inches, and then you get down here into the eastern shore of the southeastern Virginia, you're getting into the 5, 6, 7, 8 inches, possibly even up to 10 inches in some locations. And in eastern North Carolina, we've already been experiencing 8, 10, 12 inches of rain. It's been flooding. It's really, really bad down there. Take it easy. The hurricane's almost a tropical storm at this point, but the effects of the rain are not over. Now, this radar is courtesy of Weather Underground. What you're seeing is a lot of inundation of rain heading west. And like I said, it's kind of getting blocked. Washington, D.C. eastward is where they're getting most of the rain. I am getting rain. I'm here in northwestern Virginia. We're getting some rain, kind of a squeeze between a front that's approaching and remnant, well, not remnants, but part of a front that's here, like an extension of the front off of the hurricane. And then, but eastern North Carolina has just been inundated with 8, 10, 12 inches of rain. To give you an idea, let me move this or change this radar output to the rain totals. And so you're seeing here rain totals in the, we're showing 3, 4, 5, 6 inches out to the west here in south. So we're seeing rain stretching far inland into Raleigh and things like that. It's kind of interesting. There's a little bit of a small area here, but don't be mistaken. There's more rain headed this way. Give you an idea where the center of the storm is. Wait for this to loop. You can see, it looks like it's right about here, near the North Carolina-South Carolina border. Once you get southwest of it, though the winds may be there, the rainfall is definitely cut off. Dry air from the land is getting wrapped into the system at that point. But you still see these streamers coming in off of the ocean down here in North Carolina. They're far from being over for the amount of rain they're going to get down there. So anything starting flooding, definitely be on the lookout. Plus, this has gotten into a more easterly component and with a twist. So tornadoes not out of the question. I've heard reports that there have been spotty tornadoes along the eastern part of North Carolina. You just got to take it easy. And I'm not sure this is really doing justice to how much rain they've gotten down here. I know there's been 8, 10, 12 inches of rain in some places. So take this with a little bit of just realize this is where the heavier rain has been. And flooding obviously is a problem. They've had a lot of rain in spots down here over the last month, so there's not a lot of room for the ground to absorb much, so it's just running off. It's been very, very wet. Kind of crazy. I thought the fall would be really dry, but all this tropical influence has really made it wet. Areas really east of 95 in the Mid-Atlantic. And again, just to give you kind of an overarching view of what's going on. You're seeing the influence of the hurricane trying to push westward. So this line of heavier rain has been attempting to get up into the D.C. area. But then you also see a cutoff here because the front's moving east. This front's going to have a hard time pushing against this. So a squeeze play here of rain is going to happen east of 95. So expect rain and wet conditions even into tomorrow morning. As I had mentioned, 2, 4 inches of rain is not out of the question. Richmond, south and east, and then you get into the Tidewater area. 3, 6, 7, 8 inches of rain, not out of the question. Terrible down there since we've already been experiencing just horrible amounts of rain. And as I mentioned before, once that circulation gets northward, you get the drying from the westerly flow, so it cuts off the rain pretty quickly. Myrtle Beach and areas look like they're just on the edge of the heavier precip. This what's left of an eye wall is right here near Wilmington, North Carolina, moving northeastward. And eventually what's going to happen is either this is going to continue to go northeast, which again would make it even more rain out here, or it's going to turn more easterly. The models continue to say that it was going to move more easterly, but there are some splits and moving it northeast. It doesn't really matter. I mean, anywhere in this area here is just saturated beyond belief, and flooding is very, very possible today. So be careful. I think you guys have known where you are, what floods and what doesn't over the last couple weeks just because of the amount of rain we've had. And this was the latest model from the GFS. That's the American model. This is being pulled from Pivotal Weather. Nice website for you to take a look at. Just noting the amounts of rain down here, 9-10 inches, like I said. Some of this has already fallen, so don't take that as this is what's to come. Some of this has already actually hit the ground, but still 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 inches more rain. Some of these areas, and even maybe even more, could hit. So be careful. But you see this cutoff's pretty sharp here to the west. That front's advancing, so the squeeze of the mountains has squeezed out more precipitation for some folks. But up here, I mean, I've had about just under a quarter inch of rain, and it looks like it's going to shut off in the next couple hours. So maybe 0.3, 0.4, just under a half an inch. Probably likely. There could be some on and off showers. Tomorrow I looked for breezy conditions. So that's good to show. What we're seeing tomorrow is a squeeze play out. High pressure systems coming in. It's cooling temperatures down. I mean, we see here in the 50s, tomorrow morning time period. You got the low, Matthew now over and off the shore of North Carolina. So you're getting a squeeze on the flow and very heavy winds along the coast. A lot of heavy surf. And we should see really breezy conditions. 10 to 20 miles per hour. You get west 95, maybe 20, 30 miles per hour, east of 95 and along the coast. You're going to see even more, higher temperatures, winds, possibly in excess of tropical storm force. I wouldn't be surprised if storm warnings or tropical storm warnings get extended up just from the squeeze of the two systems themselves. And just to give you an overview, after today's crazy rains along the East Coast, we're going to see better conditions over the next few days as the Tropical Storm Matthew moves off to the east. Get a high pressure system building in. As I said, breezy tomorrow. Kind of chilly. I mean, it's going to be one of the chillier air masses we've seen. And it's going to build down. So coldest temperatures of the season to date may be possible, especially east of the mountains. 40s, not out of the question Monday night. 30s in the mountains. We could see even freezing conditions in part of the mountains. Definite turn towards fall-like weather towards Friday. We will, our Thursday time period, we'll see a slight warm up into the 70s, but 60s and 70s for the week, maybe 70s and low 80s in the south towards the middle part of the week. But it looks dry at this point. I don't see anything else. No tropical troubles showing up. And even though Tropical Storm Matthew looks like it may loop back here into the Caribbean, not seeing it come up the coast by any means. So drier after this stuff kind of clears the coast. Tomorrow morning, improving in Virginia, improving in North Carolina over time, and we should see a good dry out. So that's good news after the last week of crazy weather. We finally are going to catch a break here with some dryness. That's it. Probably nothing new if you've been watching the weather in detail, but the good news is we're going to turn towards drier conditions, but cool. I mean, seasonally cool. So get ready for that at least. Talk to you soon.